My name is Justin Wade. I'm the executive director of React. We are a kindergarten through 12th grade theater program in Indianapolis, Indiana. We've been downtown Indianapolis since 1976. I took over the program from our founder, my mentor, Charlotte Kaufman, in 2005. We truly believe that theater is a vehicle to craft effective change in the world today with young people. Our young people come from every walk of life, and we deal with beginners, intermediate, and advanced students at the same time. Some of our students go on to doing theater work in New York, Los Angeles, London, all over the world, and all over the United States. But lots of our students end up being lawyers, doctors, and business owners, or pursuing all kinds of different careers in the Indianapolis area. We truly believe that we're helping build the future creative class in our city and in the country through having deep theater experiences for young people, and that when a young person goes through a program like this and is involved in theater like this, that it opens their brain up to all kinds of possibilities. Them building plays from scratch puts them in the mindset of the innovator, the maker, the person who owns a small business, the person who is thinking about how to solve problems in unique ways through doing theater work and building a play from scratch. I grew up as a student in the React program, and it was life-changing for me. And I was an assistant director for years with our founder. And as a former student, in our foundry used to have the mentality to bring in as many former students as possible to help build our program. And so as the executive director of our program, I work with a whole slew of former students from multiple generations that have helped build our program into the program it is today. We look for cutting edge theater artists also that are truly interested in education and working with kindergarten through 12th grade students and are in the mindset that theater can be a transformational experience for young people. We were very excited when Indiana University of Indianapolis, IUI, started an applied theater program. We knew that when working with kindergarten through 12th graders, that one, that we have all kinds of kids that graduate from our program to stay in Indianapolis. And so the IUI, having an applied theater program, might be an avenue where they can keep doing this kind of theater. Secondly, we were super excited about IUI having an applied theater program because of the ability to have teaching artists from IUI come and work with our program and our students. I love it when kindergarten through 12th grade students are next to college age students, because I think it's really beneficial for a young person in theater and in their theater community to work with as many different age groups as possible. Our 12th graders are mentors to our kindergartners, and our 5th graders love having mentors of the college age, and so on and so on. And I think like a multi-generational approach in a theater collective is like massively important to the vibrancy that we're looking for.
Navigating change. So both IUI and React are consistently navigating change all the time in downtown Indianapolis. And with all the changes in our country and all the different things going on, it really does seem that theater practitioners that are set up doing applied theater, doing site-specific theater, doing devised theater, building original works from scratch, are able to navigate any changes that come along, in the sense of that the change brings about nuances and direction in the work that is able to go alongside with whatever the change is happening. And that might be building works that fight against some changes. That may be building works that explain a really good change, and looking for solutions in the problems of the day. To me, the theater world must be completely relentless on doing the work no matter what, fighting to make the work happen no matter what, making transformational experiences in the work no matter what. Our organization has survived 50 years in downtown Indianapolis through the mentality of we're doing this no matter what. We choose to do this. We know the money's going to be up and down, and we're ready to navigate any changes that come along in the country. We're ready to use the tools of the time, whatever they are. We're ready to eliminate the tools of the time when we don't have the money to do it, and to make it through basic means, knowing that the human spirit that's involved in the work is the most important thing. And it's very exciting for us as IUI is navigating change in downtown Indianapolis to get students coming from that pool to come and work with students that are younger in our program as teaching artists. And I think also having programs that build applied theater teaching artists in the city is also beneficial to the future of kindergarten through 12th grade programming in general in the city and in the state of Indiana for us in when one looks at having as many teaching artists as possible that are really able to dive into this kind of work.
My name is Georgeanna Smith-Wade, and I am the Artistic Director of React. I have had the pleasure of partnering with Emilio and the IUI Applied Theater Program in a number of ways. I've been a guest speaker and sitting on a panel with IUI students where I've gotten to share a lot about what React does and how we work in the applied theater space. And then I've also gotten to work very closely with IUI's very first graduate. Micah was my assistant director last year as we worked with a group of 27 teenagers to devise a new piece of theater. And it was really, really cool to see a young person who was studying this style of theater, applied theater, from a scholarly pursuit, and see him in the classroom sharing his enthusiasm and knowledge and passion with the high school students. And it was cool to see how he was able to learn from them and learn more about really listening to the voice of our students, which was a big theme in our conversations, was about how can we all come into the room together, all of us check our egos and check kind of our preconceived notions about what we want to have happen, and how can we all come together and really enter a space of listening. And out of the listening is going to come the ideas, and is going to come the creativity. So Micah, he got to direct a scene in our play. He helped run rehearsals and do warm-ups, and he was an integral part of that process, and it was a pleasure to work with him. And I think it was inspiring to some kids who love our program to see that you can continue to study this and work in this style of theater, and that applied theater kind of stretches across lots of other genres of theater. It's more than just what happens on the stage.
Special projects. So at React, we work with kindergarten through 12th graders session after session on building original works with kids that sign up for plays that are beginners, intermediate, advanced. We also have an advanced program for our advanced students where we take over a year to do a deep dive into a social issues play. An example would be a play called Love Overdose about the opioid crisis. Love Overdose is a play where we took our actors who were 8th through 12th grade advanced students, and they met with judges who have dealt with the opioid crisis, people who were actively using, people who have been in the prison system, people who have lost loved ones, social workers, every angle that we could find, people who have dealt with the opioid crisis in one way or another. I'm a former heroin addict myself, and so it's special for me to do a play about heroin abuse. And we built this play that's a story about a young person that ends up having an overdose. And this play, every time we've done it, our goal is to do it for as many kids as possible in the state of Indiana from the 6th through 12th grade, as a way to get kids to understand the seriousness of drugs like opioids. And every time that we've done it, it has had such a powerful effect on the audience. We use movement sequences. The play was built from improvisation with the kids, and so it has all the kids' language into this, and these kids are from all walks of life. Everything in it feels very modern and really touches on today's child in a very effective way. And I do feel that it's a lot different than seeing a traditional play or a musical because of all the modern aspects that are able to come into play when devising a play about the modern era and specifically diving into a social issue and how young people are affected by that social issue. Staying out specifically of what anybody should think about the social issue, but really going into a story so the kids can really feel and see what happens. The danger of it is it becoming an after-school special, I feel. We tried really hard to knock that out, and for instead it to be like a piece of art that feels like almost like watching a music video, but it's like a new kind of theater that that kids walk out of enthusiastic about social change. And I have seen the success of this in the responses to it all over the state, both in rural areas and the downtown area, and kids from all walks of life seeing this play. Love Overdose is a perfect example of the type of play that when we turn over and work with students like in the applied theater arena at IUI, is a perfect example of the type of play we want to bring in teaching artists at the college level to come in and see and give feedback to enhance and really bring the real art to younger kids. Often before they make a major error in life, before they enter into what might have been a path to do something that they regret. And I know that theater in face-to-face with students that is really hitting towards grasping their attention and changing a social issue when it has people from all walks of life and people all different ages with their hands on it, especially the people that are able to help the kids get their voices in it. It makes change happen.